My dad got into business in 1960, and I was never gonna. Here comes my sisters, by the way, you guys. Older sister, this is Darla.
Hi.
Younger sister, should I give your ages?
You want to live through the hour?
I'm 70, so, and they're just a little behind me. So anyways, my dad, 1960, in the business, and I write all this in a book, and then I wasn't going to get in that business, and he told me not to get into business because there's no money in the business, and that part he had right. But, and then I went on because I had an engineering background, and I was a fitter welder, and that's all in the book because there's many jobs. Chapter 3, I think, says, you know, the jobs, and it wasn't a straight road to barbering. And then I made it out to California, and then I'm going through the yellow pages, and it's funny when you're telling this story because this is a story from 44 years ago, and this room looks like you guys were around when there wasn't an internet, but to a lot of the readers, they're like, you know, yeah, what's a Thomas guide? What do you mean you couldn't find your way around California?
I've
why
got
don't
one.
you just
I've
text
got
somebody?
one in a car.
Yeah, do you? Timmy. There's Timmy from, used to work at Disney, and now he's with, are you with Caltrans?
Oh, I've done work with Caltrans.
Yeah.
Now I think I watched people work.
Yeah, you watch other people work. That's what happens when you get our age. So, it wasn't a straight road to barbering, but I had the yellow pages out, and I'm living in Riverside. I'd moved out from Ohio, and I don't know, it was an epiphany. It was that moment that I seen barbering and barber colleges, and I was 25, and I was trying to find myself, and so I called them up, and they said, we have 6 colleges, but we only have 1 opening, and it's in Anaheim, and I was in Riverside, and so that's, I said, I'll take it. I just always said yes. That's what's gotten me into all this trouble. I just always have said, I don't know. Yeah, I can write a book. Took 10 years. Write a book, you guys. Go ahead. I'll help you. So anyways, I want to open with prayer. It's an emotional day today with Charlie Kirk's funeral, and I've kind of been upset all week, and it's just God bless our country, and may we get this stuff all straightened out. But I have a prayer, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get into this. Annie, I'm supposed to keep it short, right? Okay. And I'm supposed to ask them questions. So I'm not supposed to do all the talking. It's going to be you guys' turn. I'm going to turn over to Mike. Hey, is that Penny? Oh, hey. Hey, Warren. Warren is a photographer. Warren is a photographer. Very good. He took some of our family portraits. So anyways, in my book, you guys, there's a little bit of everything. There's biography, there's some family history and stuff. But, you know, I have the Serenity Prayer. And I want to read it. This is the long form. The AA has the Serenity Prayer, but I want to read. And this is by Niemer, and he was 1892. He died in 1971. It's his. He's the one that wrote the Serenity Prayer. God, give us grace to accept with serenity the things we cannot be changed, courage to change the things which could be changed, and the wisdom to distinguish the one from the other. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as a pathway to peace, taking as Jesus did this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that you will make all things right. If I surrender to your will so that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with you forever in the next. Amen.
Amen.
And that is in my book, and I'm glad that got into my book. That's page 202. If you're going through any kind of tough times, go to 202. And that's what's gotten me the last 32 years, is my saving grace, is my sobriety and my faith. like I said, I'm going to try to get through all this without breaking down. You guys mean so much to me.
Same here, Tim.
That's right.
Are there any questions?
That's more like it.
Well, how much do we mean to you?
I got $1.
Well,
Where was I from? I was from a town of, the number changes, and if you count the cows, I think you can get up to 1,000. It's a small, Kinsman, Ohio. Have you heard of it? Kinsman. There's a kinsman redeemer in the Bible, and it's back Civil War grandparents, so 1700s. We're there with the founders of the small town. It's probably there's times I've seen population 800, and the other day I looked it up and it was 555. My sisters still live in the town.
Your mom.
My mom. Darla's one township over. They don't have, it's townships or locales. I left there when I was 25. It's a great place to raise your kids. If anybody's raising kids, go to Kinsman, Ohio. If you want to make a living, stay in Orange County. Is Veronica here yet? I got a signed book for her. Veronica and her husband at that time, Dave, my best friend since the second grade, they came out here for a honeymoon. And they'd been from San Diego to San Francisco. Dave and I always had breakfast together back in a little cafe in Cortland, Ohio. And one morning I'm having eggs and bacon, and Dave says, "Hey, I just got back from my honeymoon, and I'm going to move to California." He said, "I didn't see anything we didn't like from San Diego to San Francisco. We're moving out there, him and his new bride." He said, "Would you help me drive out? She's going to stay back and close down the house and stuff." And at that moment, spontaneously, I said, "Drive you out, heck, I'm going with you." And so I gave my notice at Kraft Foods, and I sold, I had a little apartment and stuff, and I came out to California with $80, 1981. And so I have $85 now. And I'm pretty proud of that. And so Kinsman, Ohio, to answer your question. Any other questions in the audience? Yes, in the back.
Were you ever afraid when you hitchhiked to go to school?
I just don't understand that about myself. I don't want to call myself naive, but I was on a mission. So when I'm on a mission, I should have been, and I write in the book where there was all that going on with young men being kidnapped and stuff, or being killed and stuff out here, and they finally caught the man. And so it was just one freeway over, one of the incidents at the same time as I was hitchhiking. So yeah, I should have been afraid. We were in Israel about 10 years ago, and there was a young girl on the side of the road in Israel hitchhiking, and I was amazed. But you think about Israel, you think about different countries, foreign countries, but it's actually safe there. And they're doing things that we were doing in 1960s, and that was 2015. And so it was interesting seeing that in foreign countries. Any other questions?
What's the next chapter in your life?
Next chapter. So next chapter, I keep kidding, and I was telling some of my customers this week that I was going back with my sisters to Ohio. And I tell a story about a barber in town. The day he quit, he just got a piece of paper and wrote, "I quit," and put it on the front door of his barber shop. And I told my wife, I said, "Can you do that?"
No.
And but we haven't been taking new clients for about 5 years. Huh, Connie? Where's Connie at? she was just so sweet on the phone. So if you talk sweet to me, So, but we've really been trying to downsize. And I go to my accountant and he goes, you know, my income went up last year. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong because it's supposed to be going the other way. But, so what's the next chapter? You know, I'll tell you guys, and this is from AA and learning to live one day at a time. I'm in the moment. I'm right now, and I was taught, you know, in the program, it's 2:20 or it's 2:30 right now. You stay in Sunday at 2:30. Yesterday's already done, you guys, and we can't do anything about it. And we can't grieve over it, and we can't try to correct it. We can just try to do better today, and tomorrow hasn't happened yet. So I don't know anything about tomorrow. So I'm just right here and today. All the way in the back.
Where did you meet your beautiful bride?
Where did I meet my chapter 6? That's all I'm doing now. That's all I do. Page 22. I don't have to talk anymore. I come in, I wrote a book. I tell people, here I am on the front at 1. Here I am at 70. So if you want to know. So my bride, I'd like to get her. Is she right here? Get her on the microphone. Come up here. And I'm going to ask her the question. What was your first thought when I came through the door at that barber shop you were working at?
The truth.
Who is this hockey guy?
And then you married him.
Well, I got to know you. You weren't that way. It was just your first impression.
Microphone died.
So,
By the way, I got a question. Why in the book do you say that you didn't flirt with me?
okay, I explained that to you. You know, we were busy remodeling the shop, and we met, and the owner had some health problems, and we were left there, just her and I, and I was a new employee, and she'd worked there before me, but Tony and I together grew this business in like 6 months. We grew this business along with Randy Lotes, helping put up signs and stuff. We grew this little salon. Is that Capasso back there? Nikki! Nikki, you know who you're sitting next to?
Nick.
Danny the painter's.
Danny.
Yeah, wife.
Lightfoot.
Danny the painter, man. This guy's hanging signs. Oh, she's giving me the hook. Randy's hanging signs on this business and stuff. Tony and I grew that business 800%. 800%. And I don't know. She has the magic. I just do whatever her finger.
Was this alley cuts?
Yes.
Hey guys, you can't hear me in the back?
No.
Now you can? Yeah, you can? Now you can? Now you can? There you go. So, yeah, she's got a powerful finger, and then we just, I tell you, if you guys ever seen sausage made, you wouldn't eat it. And if you ever seen us working together on a project, you'd go, I don't know, are they going to last, another day? But I just stay in the moment. Like I said, I can't worry about what I said to her yesterday, and I try to make it a little better today. And tomorrow we don't know. She almost walked out on me today. True story.
No, when we were putting the decorations together, we did 07 because that's what he was acting like all week.
Who called her up here? Listen, okay, this didn't make the book. This didn't make the book, but you said, I'm surprised it didn't make it. And did you tell me you were glad it didn't make it? the part about us side by side for 38 years, 40 years. We're 24/7. So 40 years, our chairs are 10 feet apart. And then we go home and we don't have single beds. So I mean, so 40 years times dog years. So we've been married 280 years. Just to let you know. But she said, you aren't going to put that in the book, are you? So no, I just live streamed it. Oh yeah, and anybody watching in Kinsman, mom, family, we love you. And I didn't have a ghostwriter. And then I didn't use AI. I got it right there. I didn't use AI. It was all these beautiful people. And I'll finish with that because I'm supposed to be asking questions. So when you guys would get your haircut and then you'd say something that triggered a thought about earlier years of my life or barbering, I would write it on the corner of my appointment book because I was still writing with a number 2 pencil, even though there was all that technology out there. I couldn't find anything in technology world that that would put all the information I wanted to put down. I mean, my God, I wrote an 80,000 word book. You know how much information I have on you guys. I mean, I put Google to shame, you know, because, you know, knowledge and information is, that's where all the value's at. I say all that to say that it's you guys, and I would write down your stories in the corner of my appointment book, and then, see, I have a train of thought. I still have a train of thought at 70. I can go back. So anyways, I'd write it down, and then at the end of the night, when you'd all gone home, everybody in the place was closed, I would get my laptop out, and I would journal that or write it down, and I had 18 chapters going, and I would put it in the chapter where it fit on whatever you and I had talked about. I have 100 of my customers in the book. I have 80 pictures. Hey, Joe, thank you for coming. Hi, sweetheart. I got LASIK, or I got the cataract surgery, but I still had to have these to get my license last week. You know, when you turn 70, you got to get your driver's license. You got to get a mug shot. But I can't believe, and she was yelling at me. She goes, "Cover your eye." I said, "I am covering my eye." And so I had to, I was able to, I had to have glasses on there. I wanted to get it where I didn't have to have reading glasses on my driver's license. But the thing that I did save was my, Mom, close your ears. My motorcycle license. Next chapter.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
It may be a Harley in my future. Any other questions? Hey, Garrett.
Who's your favorite uncle?
And why am I? Uncle Buck. Well, it's great. Thank you guys for coming. We didn't know how many books to order. We didn't know how many seats. We didn't know how much food. You know, it's Tony said this is like a wedding. It's like putting on a wedding. And then we reserved the book signing. I was still editing. I didn't have a book. And Annie, where are you at? Annie's, how'd she sneak out like that? Annie, so Annie's like, well, I need to look at your book. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll get it over to you. It's like the hardback just, I mean, it just got delivered. My postal guy, finally, like these big boxes are coming. I said, those are my books from Amazon. He goes, I wondered what you were ordering. And all this thing on there says 2 men or something to lift it or whatever. So I had Tony bring them in. I got some ammo delivered. She said, I don't know what you got on the front porch, but I get lifted. I shouldn't live stream that stuff. All right, you guys. I love you. Any other questions? There's got to be something.
Hey,
Happy
happy birthday.
Dottie.
What's the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut?
Well, they say 2 weeks, but with me it's about 4 weeks. Johnny, what?
I don't have any question, but I think this is a good place that I wanted to appreciate you and Tony, because me and my husband, we came to this country. We still don't have any family here, nobody. I remember that we came to your shop, and you were my first employer in the United States, and you gave me that chance to start here while I was very homesick, and I never forget that. Thank you.
You know, there's a thing in our world where the pass it forward, you know, and I think we all, if we can just take time out of our day to pass it forward, you know, and just make this a little better place.
We need more people like you and Tony in this world. Yes.
Love you guys. So there are books available. These are great authors. I don't know if they're signed or not.
You'll sign them?
Yeah, but I'll sign. There's food, and we're going to carry this all back to the oh, that's what I was going to say. Oh, I forgot to say something.
Really? Rolling.
No, this isn't important. I was going to start with it. So what you see up here, you know, I've got the garb and everything, but you've got a businessman, you know, in masquerading as a barber. What I seen that day in Riverside, California, 44 years ago, when I opened the Yellow Pages to barbers and barber schools, is I seen it. It was an epiphany. It was a paradigm shift. I seen my future, that if I could get self-employed, and I knew the barbering business, being around it since I was 5 years old, sweeping hair at my dad's barbershop, but I knew that I could have my skincare company. And I knew I could have all the businesses that Tony and I have ventured into, and even writing a book, and all that great stuff, and the stuff that's ahead of me yet. But being self-employed, I could carve out that time. And if we wanted to take a vacation, her and I would just take our number 2 pencil and just mark out a week. My dad was sick for 3 weeks. I was in Ohio. I sat in the hospital parking lot and was making appointments and changing appointments. But I had that freedom in life, and I had 44 years of that. And you see it on the back of the book where it says, the big dream of coming out here was never having to punch a time clock again. And I've been able to live life on life's terms and on Tim's terms. And that's the blessing, you guys. It is. Love you. Yeah, food.
He did drunk, respond.
Pick up and turn around.
Anybody has any books you want signed? Here, I'm signing them.
Signing and pictures.
This space is too big. I can't make sure. I can't.